Roy.
1st of December, Rabbi Furst, Mishna Berura.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay, good. So what's the Yud base?
Shekulu Kohanim. If the city is completely Kohanim, Im Yisrael Echad B'Neim, and there's one, Israel lives there. Other Yisrael Kori Rishon Darkei Shalom. That person gets Rishon because of Darkei Shalom. The culture ain't Bo Yisrael Kadei Pukam, which ain't Klal. There's where there were. What is Sipukam?
Sufficient. So if there's a sufficient amount, right?
Not sufficient of Yisrael, or there aren't any Yisraelim at all. Kori Kohen Achar Kohen. You call it Kohen Achar Kohen. She'ain Sham Mishum Pagam, because you're not concerned about a Pagam at this place. You only have Kohanim. You only call it Kohanim. Shekoyed Ain Sham El Kohanim. Everybody knows there's only Kohanim there. Who is in the ear to call Levium, and that would be the same din. All Levium. Okay. Mem Gimel. Shekulu Kohanim. Is Kul Kohanim. Behind Dafka She'ain Sham Gam Kain Levi B'Klal. That's the case where there's no Levium at all. She'ain Yechol His Kayim Keseder Tikkun Hazal, because then you can't fulfill the order that Hazal were Misakin. Yal Kain Tov L'Shanos Mipnei Hashem. Therefore, it's permissible to change the order because of peace among the people. If there's one Levi, you could consider Hamishna Kohen Levi Yisrael. Then you call it Kohen Levi Yisrael, as we have said. And afterwards, you call it Kohanim. Yisrael Echad B'Neim. There's one Yisrael among them. Shnei Yisraelim. If there are two, and certainly if there are more, who Bichlal Masha Kasav HaShulchan Aruch. This is certainly what the Shulchan Aruch writes. Afterwards, Shebam Yisrael Kedei Sipukim. There aren't enough Jews. There aren't a sufficient number of Israelim. Yalkein Yukar Kohen B'Techila. Therefore, you call it the Kohen first. V'gam Yukar Kohen B'Kom Levi. Then you call it a Kohen B'Kom Levi. Then you call it the Yisrael. The Yester Alios Yishalom Kohanim, and whatever Alios are left after all the Yisrael have been called up, you give them to Kohanim.
They Kohanim get around.
Shnei Levim u'Shnei Yisrael. If there are two Levim and two Yisraelim, Korei Kohen Levi Yisrael, v'Achar Od Kohen Levi Yisrael, the Kohen Korei Shvi, and the Kohen get Shvi. The Kohen should call Yoser Alios Hados Sophos. And similarly for all of the aliyahs you will add to it. Okay, we say Darkei Shalom because of the ways of peace. No one of them will say, Lama Atza Korei Rishon Yotem Mimenu. Why are you called first before me? Duadin V'Shiesh Rak Levi Echad the ear Shekul Kohanim. This is the same case if you have only one Levi. In the city, there's all Kohanim, also Levi Korei Rishon. This Levi gets called first by high timer for the same reason. Ein Sham Ella Kohanim V'Leviim or Leviim. There are only Kohanim or Leviim, No, it must be and Leviim. You could Kohen Echad, Kohen Behefsek Levi B'Nehem. Kohen Achar Kohen with a Levi between them. Kohen Shehu Aval Ve'ein Kohen Achar B'Veis HaKnesses. A Kohen who is a mourner, and there are no other Kohanim in the shul. B'Shabbos Mutter L'Kohen. On Shabbos it's mutter to call this guy up, this Kohen up for an aliyah. Sholiye Nira Ba'Velos before Festiv, because you should not have public displays of mourning on Shabbos. Ubachol Lo Yale, but during the weekday don't call him up. The Chol Aser Kedivrei Torah. Because during week the Avel Aser Kedivrei Torah, and an Avel is also for an aliyah B'Divrei Torah. We call Makom Bein B'Chol Bein B'Shabbos in all cases, whether on during the weekday, whether on Shabbos. Yoter Tov Sheyetze B'Tchil V'Beit HaKnesses. It's better that it goes out First is the Beis HaKnesses, V'Yichud Yisrael, Levi B'Mkom Kohen. You call it the Levi or Yisrael B'Mkom Kohen. So is he saying that an Avil should never get an Aliyah during the week?
Apparently, it's very big kiddush that's considered to be Osik B'Torah. It's he's not also in the Torah. It's no worse. It's no worse than Tisha B'av. I don't understand.
Everybody
like this. You're not supposed. You can't. He's not supposed to sit around playing Scrabble. You can't play Scrabble either during Vegas either. You can't read newspapers because all these things are based on the fact that it's going to take his mind off the Avelis. We want him to concentrate on the loss that he's experiencing, and therefore do things with the neshama and do things for himself, to tshuva and things like this. So we don't want any distractions. But to get what you can learn, it's no worse than on Tisha B'Av. You can learn Torah on Tisha B'Av. You're limited in what you can learn.
But everybody's an Aval on Tisha B'Av, so you have to call an Aval up on Tisha B'Av.
Yeah, exactly. Why don't we say there should be no Kriyas Torah? Why do you have to? I don't understand. I really don't understand the statement of Mr. Berura.
Okay, because
I'm sorry. Yeah,
I can't swear to it, but I don't believe that's the common minhag. I'm trying to remember.
no, I know. I mean, when I had a Sefer Torah in my house. They gave me a Leah one. For sure. But here he's saying it's not even a minhag. He's saying it's usur. You know. If he said the minhag is not, there's a minhag not to. Okay, there's a minhag not to. The minhag yes, the minhag not. But he says usur.
What minhag? What? Okay, he says, but if it says usur in the Torah, what issue would it be? Because the whole din of Avelis are all minhagim.
Right. Yeah. It's all based. Very little. I mean, it's maybe there's stay Avelis is running, but everything's the Rabbanan after that, and all of it's based on minhagim. Not.
It's confused. Feel better that way.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to try and ask. Have to see if I can. Yeah.
You. If a child below bar mitzvah reads the Torah for the tzibor, besimin refez.
That's the simin.
Not good. I don't know what the word means. Reish pei beis. Oh, I'm sorry. He said see simin reish pei beis. I think he's talking about.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Kuflamites, right?
Right, but I'm saying I think the Mishnah Berura itself, the Shulchan Aruch is saying in Katan Kari the simin reish pei beis. In simin reish pei beis, we talk about it. Im ain't kohen ela soma o she'eno baki in simin kuflamites. I usually do references for other questions about Kriyas Torah.
Right.
Okay, because there's no Mishnah Berura here on them anyhow.
Correct. Right. Okay, so it's Mara Mokums. Yeah, Mara Mokums.
Okay, fine.
You're Dalit.
Okay. Bnei Adam chavushim bebeis hasurim. People who are locked up in jail. Okay. Ein mevina from Sefer Torah. You don't bring them to Sefer Torah. Afilu b'Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippurim, even on Yom Kippur. Behind Dafka b'Shas Kriya Levad. That's specific. It's certainly at the time of reading itself. Aval im mevinin lo Sefer Torah. I'm sorry. Mechinin lo Sefer Torah. Yom Yamayim Kodem. If they were to bring the Sefer Torah to them a day or two beforehand, mutter. Then it's going to be mutter. The im hu adam chashuv b'chol inyan. Sorry, but if this is an important person, then it's going to be mutter.
Right. Okay.
Mishnah Berura. Chavushim bevesa asurim, someone who's locked up in jail. Hu din lechola, and certainly for the same din for a chola. Yesh cholkin bechol zeh. There are arguments in this case. Even the anusim.
There are those that argue about this, right?
The chola, because it's an honest. Parsha Zochar who do Raisa, since Parsha Zochar is a Raisa, the Vada Yeshachal, we can be makel here. The Efsher to who Hadin Gam Parshas, and it's possible this Parshas Par, which might also be the Raisa. Emevim Ulin, today the crows ba Asara Yasara Hatev, to read it from it on Asara Bateves. Shezulzul who the Sefer Torah laholichu el ha'anashim tzrichen. It's a zilzul to the Sefer Torah for it to be taken to a place where people need it.
Right. That you move the move here and there, slip it here and there.
Right. Ki kavodash shilechu anashim eleha, because the covenant is for people to come to it.
Right.
The Ber Halacha Shechosavnu, that go see in the Ber Halacha we've written the Dafka Kishein Sham Asar, where there are not 10 people. Of all Kisheis Asar Achashuvim Mutter. If there are 10 people, then it's going to be Mutter.
So that's a big chiddush. That's a big chiddush that if there are going to be 10 people.
Well, that's why you can take a Sefer Torah to a house of an Oval.
Yeah, but even then, we'll have to see. It's going to be probably explained. It's explained, but that's, I think, there might be that it should be read there at least 3 times. I think. You ever heard of that?
Yeah, they read it Monday, Thursday, and Shabbos afternoon. They make 3 minyanim, so they could read it 3 times.
Yeah, so it's not it's just not. Let's say we'd only need it for Yom Chamishi, right? Let's say it's the week before Yom Tov, and the Avelis is going to be Mavsik. Let's say Erev Shabbos is Yom Tov or something like that. So he's going to get up. So and let's say he started on Tuesday, right? So he just needs a Kriyas Torah for Thursday. Can you take a Sefer Torah there just to be read and used 1 time? I think it can be makel, but I think there's some that are machmir about it. I have to see. We'll have to keep our eyes open for that halacha.
Okay, very good.
Here it seems it's enough even if it's 1 time, no?
Seems like I think even Rosh Hashanah Kippurim and Yom Kippurim, Uma Sholchich Mibeis HaKnesses Minyan Anashim LaEze Beis by base the Nosen Sefer Torah Imahem Kidei Lekrosham, and they should walk from the base. They should walk from the base of Knesset 10 people to the place where they need the Sefer Torah with them in order to read there. And certainly this is not correct. The ha'efshar lahem lishmoa kriyaso bebeis haknesses, because they can listen to the Laining in the base of Knesset. Yesh mitstadin alehem zechus, and those who
they want to find for them some merit in what they're doing.
Okay. Mishum shekol echad rotze ba'atzmo la'alos Torah b'yamim ha'ela, because every person wants to get an aliyah on Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur.
Right.
Alva'in ze maspik l'zalzel b'sefer Torah mishum ze l'taltol b'beis ha'knesses. But it's not worth it to be mizal sefer Torah by taking it for the base of Knesset. U'b'prat b'yamim hanoraim sheminha limkor mitzvahs, and it's especially during the Yom Noraim where there it's a minhag to sell mitzvahs, like buy aliyahs.
That's what they're doing. You're selling the aliyahs, you're selling sicha.
Right. Al pi rov gormin b'zeh hefsid lahachnosos shel staka, and there's going to be a loss to the various tzedakah collections in the country, in the city. Achein im gam heim lochem hamitzvos umisraba al yidei zeh knas shel tzedakah. Then, if they're going to sell them at this separate minyan, and there's going to be actually an increase to the tzedakah funds, nistabra she'ein lahachmir b'zeh, then it's clear that we shouldn't be machmir in these cases. We call makom matov im yuchlu likboa shan makom l'sefer Torah al eze zaman katzer ukedol kaman. And it is good to be able to acquire a place for the Sefer Torah for this small amount of time, and as we have said above.
As we'll see later on. I mean, that's what they'll be discussing. That'll be the point about you shouldn't just bring it there and take it back. You should, have it be, it shouldn't look like you're just moving it around back and forth. It should be kept there for a certain amount of time.
Yom Yamayim Kodem, a day or two beforehand. The Achronim Hiskimu and the Achronim agree to Huadin im Hechen Makom the Sefer Torah B'Oso Yom Sheyeh Munach Sham Yom O Yamayim the Shaper Dami. That if they
good.
have a place for the rest there for a day or two, then it's going to be okay. Uvad Yinichenu Sham B'Makom Hechen Kodem Zaman Hakriya. It's certainly, as long as the plate has been, I guess, set up there before the time of Kriya. Ubishas Hakriya Yotzienu Vayikrabav Achakach Chazir Lasham. And at the time of the Kriya, they take it from that place and they do the reading, and afterwards they return it there. The Oz Ain Minkesh Havasan Hayasal Tzor Kriya Bavad. Because then it's clear that the purpose of it was not just for the Kriya itself, Elashekova Drasa Bechain Lososman. It's acquired a place for itself in that time. I'm not quite sure that.
Right. Ella Shekova Drasa. It's fixed in a certain. It has a certain Dirosis. It's fixed in a certain dwelling spot. Bekan Lososman, in that place for that time.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's not you're not just bringing it down, putting it on the table, reading and picking it up and bringing it back to where it goes. I remember that during the Corona, when people were davening outside, the minyanim outside. So the Sefer Torah in the minyan I was davening in, at least, was kept upstairs in the apartment, right? So in someone's apartment, they had the Sefer Torah in the apartment, and so we had an aron, in the place where we were davening. So basically, it was returned to the aron. It was usually brought down just when they needed it. And then it was put in the aron, and they kept there, I think, a bit. And then toward the end of the davening, I think they brought it back, if I'm not mistaken. Other times, I think they brought it back right away, which I'm not so sure how they could have done that, according to what we're learning now, just to move it down from the apartment to the garage, and then back again. I'm not sure that if that was according to what we're learning here in the Mishna Berura.
It was an important person. Rosa wants to say Gadol b'Torah, somebody who's great at Torah. The Adarab, on the other hand, a Torah misutalit al yidei anashim gedolim lav zilzul etzla, and a Torah that is taken out because of chashva people is not a zilzul for it. Okay. Trying to say for Shem Or the v'chashuv afilu eno anashari. that for a chashuv person, even if it's not, he's not limited because of an honors, it's permitted to do there. V'yesh machmirin b'chashuv lachud. There are those who are machmir for chashuv person alone. Tov sheyavin makom. So it's good to establish a place for the Sefer Torah. V'kol inyan shari, in all these cases, going to be permitted. Hainu afilu b'li hakamas haknasas hachanas makom. Even if you haven't established a place for it.
It's not going to have a prepared spot for it to work.
Kufam Vav.
Kufam, yeah, sure. Kufam as well. Very good. You want to pass off to Mayor Eliezer Tzvi?
Mayor, you're up.
I'm not feeling too well today, so I
Okay.
think I have to bypass.
All right. Fine.
Sorry.
Okay. You're still up there.
Okay.
Before
Lou, you
someone
wanna
on
take
the air,
Thank you.
Okay.
Lou, you want to? I'll keep going. It's okay.
Who do you call up on Shabbos? Go ahead.
Okay. B'Shabbos Yom Tov Yom Kippurim Korin Achar Halevi Talmidei Chachamim. Sorry. Ha-Memunim al Tzibur, or people who are they have positions in the community.
I think that's all one thing. Talmidei Chachamim Ha-Memunim.
Who are serving the community. Acharehem, after them, Talmidei Chachamim Harim Lemanos Uparnasos al Tzibur, and then afterwards you call Talmidei Chachamim who are fit to be supported by the community. Okay. And afterwards, the sons of the Talmidei Chachamim whose parents serve the community. Afterwards, the head of the community or the head of the congregation and all of the people. I mean, you've only got 7 aliyahs. If you've got that many different categories, you're not going to get to the people very quickly.
Yeah, okay, that's you're right. But the regular people won't have much of a chance on Shabbos and Yom Kippur.
Yeah.
So if you, for example, let's say you're in yeshiva, you're in Baltimore yeshiva. So you have the Rosh Yeshivas and the Magidim Shirim, the Mishkichim, right? So
That's that.
Yeah. So the Bakr, when is the Bakr going to get an aliyah? Yeah.
During the week, during regular Shabbos,
right.
I think only one aliyah goes to Rosh Yeshivas, and it goes around, and the rest go to the Bakr.
Okay, so they made a special takana, right? Could be a yeshiva, might be different.
Bakr would never get aliyahs, for sure.
Excuse me?
Otherwise, Bakr would never get aliyahs.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely not. Yeah. Okay.
Mr. Berura, B'Shabbos Yom Tov V'Chulu, Shekor and Harbin. You have many aliyahs. Talmidei Chachamim Hamemunim. Kasset Maril, the Maril writes, Mitzvah Likro B'Yom Tov Anashim HaMa'amidim HaKahala. It's a mitzvah to call up on Yom Tov people who serve the community. L'ficha Chem Kodmin L'chol Yom Ayin Sham Talmidei Chachamim Muflag. Okay, so therefore they're called up first all the time.
If there's no big Talmid Chacham there, right? Let's say there are people, they're younger light, maybe there's one like maybe even gives a shir, because someone gives a shir daf yomi, whatever. Talmid Chachamim, but they're not muflag. I mean, they're not renowned. So therefore, according to Mariel, it's a mitzvah to call up those people who are serving the community. The people, whatever they might have the need.
Okay, Sha'avosehem, Shem Mechuyavim, Lekabdam, B'Fil Kavod Avosam. They're that you're mechuyev to call them up because of the honor of their fathers. Sheish B'Zeh Bachar Avos. One of them, is a firstborn. I guess is Bachar means really a Bachar at this case, or just a child.
Good question.
Oh, covet. I'm sorry. Never mind. I could. This is a covet for the father. I just can't read the types. My type's a little off. Okay. Kinesios. And afterwards, the head of the congregation. Because Mari bin Komos She'ain Mokrin Hamitzvos. This is all true in the case where you don't sell the aliyahs. She'omed Havamuna V'Korei Lefi Hakavod. Then the Shammach just calls people up according to their honor. In the place where they sell the aliyahs and the money goes to tzedakah, call kona osam yeshlo rishus lekabed lemisha yirtz. Anybody who buys an aliyah has permission to honor anybody he wants to. Umilvad shikra lakol echad lefi kvodo. As long as he honors all the people according to their kavod. So yavo lidei machlokas. So you don't end up with a machlokas among people. Gam yikra hachiyuvim. And you would also call people rachiyuv. Shazel lo machlo, because those aren't sold. Okay, for whole am the rest of all the people of Akshav, and now know who Shekado Hatzibur who Hamasayim Hasedra, that the person who finished that most important person is the one who finishes the Sedra, gets Shvi. Kosev B'Tshuvas Ram
Ram means
Simon Vav. B'makom shenagu haparnas hu ola. That somebody gets
the Parnas. He's one of the community supporters. He helps out with the money.
He gets called up. Eno Rashai Limhol Ach Sheyakro Bimkomo. You don't have permission to push aside.
He can't be boycott on his covet. If he's the supporter of he supports the mikveh. He finances the mikveh, right? So he, because of his financing the mikveh, he deserves to get an aliyah according to this custom, and he can't give it over to somebody else if he wants. He's got to get the aliyah.
Uprati dinze mavur lakaman siman kufnan gimel, and the details of this din are explained in siman kufnan gimel sif yud beis. Ayin sham mishabro, see the mishabro there. Kosa primagadim mash noagim be'eze kihilos katanos likro lefi hashtanim am haaretz kodem l'talmud chacham. That there are no egg in some small kihilos to read.
In relationship to this minhag that there are certain kihilos, small kihilos that they call according to the Shonim, Amaretz Kodem. Let's say you have an Amaretz. He's a kosher yid, but he never learned much, and he's well into his elder years. And you have a Talmud Chacham. You have a Talmud Chacham who's in his 50s, so they call up the Amaretz before the Talmud Chacham. So it says,
this is not correct, and it's also to do it this way. I am beber halacha mash atiknu milavush umishari Ephraim miyaser hachronim be'inyan hanagos ayachim la'alos Torah. And go see what we in the Mata in the Lavush and the Matan Ephraim and other achronim about what we said about the chiyuv of aliyahs for the Torah.
Okay, very good. Fine. Right. All right, so next week we'll begin Hilchos Hanukkah. That's in Chelik Vav of your Mishna
Oh.
Berura. So
Very good.
All right, have a good Shabbos, everybody.
You too, Lord.
You all be well.
Feel better, Mayor.
Thank you. Mayor.
Okay, thank you.
Shabbat shalom.
Okay.